Lamington Road is our destination for all things technological, and sometimes if like me you're here to find yourself a router to set up a Wi-Fi network at home, you also bump into a techie. Hello Hardik, thanks for coming. Hardik is going to help me find a suitable Wi-Fi router and then set up my Wi-Fi network.
Absolutely.
So where do we get started?
I know a shop back there, let's walk it over.
Absolutely, let's go. Wi-Fi routers हैं?
Linksys, LK.
So I can see an N, a G, several different types of routers. For a house that's a 2-bedroom house, a small one, what router should I be picking?
I think you should just pick up the G router. It's decent enough for a 2-bedroom house, has range of 400 meters, so I think G router is the way.
Can I also transmit media files?
No, not on that.
So
it's a basic, this is internet only. You can't do media. I mean, you can do media sharing, but your experience will be very, very bad.
Okay.
So if you want to share your media and everything, I think you should go for the N router.
Right.
But
तो भैया ये Linksys का कितने का है?
Linksys का है 1800, Belkin है 1500, Netgear है 1700.
What brand should I be looking at?
I think Belkin should look good. You can pick up Belkin. I would have suggested typically a Linksys.
Right. So if you want to save money, it's Belkin you pick. If not, try a Linksys. मुझे वो Belkin वाला दे.
Okay.
1500 bucks. We are back at home and I have my brand new router with me. We picked up the Belkin G wireless router. Now, what do we do?
First things, let's remove it from the box, connect it to the internet.
Let's go. One.
That's the router.
The wire. No, this
The
is
power adapter.
Wire. Does a techie like you also need a guide of sorts?
No, we wouldn't need
you
the
don't
guide,
need
but
a
we would
manual.
need the cable.
Here we go. And this goes into... So I guess physically setting it up is much easier than actually configuring it.
Yes, absolutely.
And then we are sorted. So this goes into my Ethernet port.
Yes, it goes into the Ethernet port.
This is where my internet cable generally
Yes.
also. What next?
Let's go. Let's try and configure it. You connect the cables on your browser, turn up your browser, go to type in 192.168.1.1 and bingo, you are in your router configuration. Head away straight into connection type.
Right.
The most common for all the households things is something which is called SPPPoE, which is called point-to-point Ethernet, point-to-point over Ethernet. It's gonna ask him for a username and password, and we say, okay, apply changes. Here's another thing. Now, if you have a non-VSNL ISP, chances are that your ISP has probably bound your internet connection to the MAC address of the PC that you're connected with. Hence, we have to go and make sure that the router can clone your MAC address.
So what is a MAC address to start off with?
Okay, MAC address, is a physical set of 25 alphanumeric characters, hex characters typically, which are there in your NIC card, in your network interface card.
Right.
So to do that thing, you go to something called as a MAC address and you hit the button clone. What it will typically do is, it will typically take your machine, the machine which you connect to the internet.
Yeah.
It will clone its MAC address to be the IP address of the router.
But is this the last step?
This is the last step, that's about it.
Take it out from your LAN settings and plug it in into the Ethernet port.
Now here is what is typical to Belkin. If there is no internet connection, it will keep on blinking, but now that it stopped blinking, we are sure that it's on the internet. Let's try and test it out.
Yeah.
There, we are online.
Excellent.
It's a quick 5-step process to go wire-free. Start with buying a suitable router, attach it to your computer, configure your internet settings and clone the MAC address. Add a complex password to secure your Wi-Fi and voila, you can now surf wirelessly.
Freedom is when you're in your balcony with a cup of coffee and you're going online chatting with your friends. Advantages of going wireless at home, and now you exactly know how.